Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their skills to inspire and move the planet.
Okay, so I'm talking with my friend Cindy Fox, and she is one of my wonderful ladies across the pond over in Brisbane. Cindy, let them know what you do.
Hi Tammi, it's so lovely to have you or have me on your show. it's I haven't really talked about to anybody like this before, so thank you for being my first.
No worries.
It's exciting, and it's mostly exciting. I've had just a little bit of a background. I had a on and off past with abuse, different kinds, and 4 years ago I've just had enough of my life, how it was, and I literally just screamed out to the universe one day, I just want to be happy, can I just be happy? And the things that started to flow on from there was just one amazing things after the other. So the last 4 years of my journey has been really amazing with a lot of and I have 4 beautiful children and a wonderful man in my life now. And life is really happy these days, but it wasn't always like this.
That is awesome. So was that what inspired you to write the book?
The book was actually never to be a book. I never actually... Yeah, it's the most interesting thing because I never ever set out to write a book when I started on my journey. It was something that it just evolved and it turned into a book.
Okay.
Maybe.
That is something, because that is so much how life happens to us.
I basically 4 years ago, I realized that I've controlling my life, and a lot of it I tried to control too, and it wasn't really working well.
Right.
So I thought, I just really wanted to be happy, and I had no idea how that's going to happen or if that's going to happen. So I just kind of went with the flow of, I knew I had to have some changes within me.
Yes.
I can't keep blaming the whole wide world for everything that's happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I started taking responsibility for myself, and at times it was really difficult because I had to push through a lot of, ideas that was just ingrained in me. And, in little baby steps, I got there, and I'm still evolving, and I'm still trying to just be the better person of myself every day. But I think what happened with the book was just incredible and that's what I'm trying to teach people to do, just give up all control about how you think that you have to figure things out.
Yes, yes.
Because I could not have figured this out even in my wildest dreams that this is going to happen one day. And it was only because I managed to open up and just allow. I asked for help, so then I decided that anybody who wants to help me, I will take on all the encouragement, all the different ideas, and at least I'll give them a go, right?
Yeah.
Some of them turned out to be fantastic. Some of them turned out to be, I don't want to repeat that again. But at least I gave things a go. And when the book evolved from just one simple, what seemed to be a very simple question or request, because I do the schooling for my children from home, I really wanted to continue that because I see that it's beneficial for them, and it's a lot of times together. And so I was happy already. I had a beautiful man again not again, but I had a beautiful man in my life, which is another, it was after I wished upon a rainbow, so that's another story in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But the question or the request I put out to the universe one day was, could I just have something could you help me to do something that's using my creativity, using good at, and help people? Like, it has to help me first, obviously.
Yes.
Something that I could pass on to others that can help them as well. Finances to pay our bills without stressing about it, and obviously leave some extras for fun things.
Yes.
And I have big plans to set up something for people who are in my situation. So that requires finances as well.
Yes.
So basically, I just asked the universe to help me with that. And then almost immediately, I got these instructions to go and get up from the couch, like straight away, and do something.
Yes.
Like, do what? Like, the craziest idea was given to me. And I'm like, you want me to do what?
Yes.
So I was introduced to my angels. When I say I'm talking, I heard some encouragements. It was through my angels. I've got introduced to my angels about 4 years ago now. And I started trusting them, because once I tried them with some help, they helped me. So eventually I started trusting them really well.
Oh, yes.
I asked, like, or send that request out to, and almost immediately they helped me, and I started arguing with them. You want me to do what? You don't understand my question, you know.
Yes.
And got up from the couch. I started doing whatever they asked me to do. And then from there, I got these artwork pieces. Wow, I never knew. You know, that was an interesting experience. And then from there, I started to take pictures of my own artwork. So then I started doing affirmations on them.
Oh, awesome.
I'm smart and things like that. Because at that time, I was trying to get affirmations work for me, but every time I did it, I just didn't believe it.
Yes.
So it was pushing me further away from what I wanted to achieve.
Right. And that's common. A lot of times, you know, you start pulling those affirmations out and you say them, but you don't really believe them.
Like when somebody told me, you know, Cindy, you're smart. And I'm like, if I'm so smart, how did I end up in this situation?
Yes, absolutely.
So it was a tricky thing to get out of. But I started to write those affirmations. And because it was writing on something pretty, I felt something different, like some things started to work a little bit better. And so because it helped me a little bit, I thought I'd share them with friends on Facebook and be helping other people too. So I thought, oh, this is interesting. And then I started writing little stories about it, how I actually used those affirmations to start helping me to actually feel what I'm affirming.
Yes.
People as well. So I thought, okay, what's next? And then so slowly they became a series of emails that I started sharing with friends. And I started to get this feedback that it's really helping them in different ways.
Awesome.
Going really well. And the funniest thing I have to tell you about, because we had this cute little pet duck, Oscar.
Okay. And
I used to write these things at night when everybody was asleep and it was quiet. And the computer was at the door, at the room, which was next to his little house where he used to sleep. So as I started writing, he started talking. Wow. And listening to him talking, he was just writing. And then after a while, he would stop talking and I just read what's on the screen and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is up there. And so we kind of wrote these emails together.
Oh.
It was the most amazing experience. And then one day everything just stopped. I couldn't get the email back into the program. It got out of sequence. I started to get all these computer problems, and everything was just put a stop to it. I couldn't continue on with them. So I thought, well, this is not working now, so I'll just stop it, right?
Right.
And then so I asked my angel, for what now? And messages that, Cindy, you asked for something that you're really good at, it'll help everybody, but then you also asked about get that help to help you with your finances. And you're giving this away for free.
Wow.
What are you thinking? What made you do that? And that was a big struggle for me, because I felt that it was a gift given to me.
Yes. And you wanted to give it to everyone else.
I couldn't see myself charging for people, especially my friends,
Yes.
for something that was a gift to me.
Mm-hmm.
So they slowly helped me understand that, this is part of the package.
Yes.
We all given certain gifts, and I believe everybody's got this in them.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's just each of us have these individual gifts that we can help each other with.
Right, right.
And so I was given this gift, but the gift was given to me as a package to help my family as well, not just everybody else.
Gotcha.
In order for me to get it. So I thought, okay, well, I start charging people for it. So I put up little message that this is how much is going to be per month. And I had one person who's subscribing, so I thought, oh, this is working. And then I was told to take it off don't do that. And I'm like, what?
What you said, right?
I'm charging my friends now. What is your problem?
Right? What do you want me to do?
Like, what do you want me to do? And anyway, they just don't do whatever you're doing now. And then slowly it came together. Well, why don't you put it into a book?
Oh, wow.
So it's like one day I just woke up, okay, this has to be, all these emails have to be somehow put into different books. I'm like, well, that sounds like a good idea.
Wow.
So, but it took about 2 years before it actually got there.
Okay.
It wasn't a quick process. I had to work through a lot of stuff inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
So originally I had another idea about a book, which is the irony of it all, because I wrote these other little series of stuff, and I thought they could make a really good, cute little book.
Mm-hmm.
And so I published it once, and they loved the idea. And then for 2 years I was sitting on that and not releasing it.
Gotcha.
Every month they would nicely call me and remind me that they're there waiting for it when I'm ready. There was just the cutest little calls ever. And eventually I said, I don't have that book anymore, but I have this other one.
Right.
When I found out that these emails have, they're going to be packaged as books. So then, long story short, I agreed to it, that I'm publishing it. And so then it's in the book. I don't want to give it away, but there was a cute story how I actually got the final editing done.
Okay.
Everything just fell into place. And again, Oscar was involved. Even though he passed away, he's in pet heaven. So very shortly after we finished writing these emails, he passed away.
Okay.
It was almost like he was here, he was helping us through a really difficult time in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And then he moves on to help somebody else. That's what I feel. And I will always cherish him, because he was the most amazing. He wasn't just a duck to us. He was a little friend. Yeah, cutest little thing.
That is awesome.
So, but for the editing of the book, he came through again, and I don't want to give away the big story about it, but it was the cutest thing what he's done. And even if I wanted to ask the universe to give me that specifically, I could not have asked for what he's actually done.
Gotcha. So that was a gift for you.
It was a gift, especially. So I know that the book had just in little bits and pieces by my angels to share it with the world, because everything that's in there now is the base I started out with, that started helping me to get better about, start loving myself, start feeling better about myself, start knowing that I'm worthy.
Yeah.
I love people and I love being with people, but I don't need to be with people. So, you know, I had to get through this hurdle and it might not make sense to some people out there, but it's a growing experience. So
it sounds like it was a healing journey for you.
Was,
and
yeah.
But you kind of chronicled it and packaged it together so that other people can benefit.
Yes. So when I actually started writing the book, I just printed out everything that I had, and I literally asked my angels, can you please help me to put together, can you help me remember what I started out with as my healing journey? What would be the best thing to put together in here that somebody can pick up now? And even if they're not hurting, they could just pick it up and say, well, if I follow this, then at the end of the 30 days, I can have that different life. A little bit. Not going to solve everybody's problems. It's not the be it all, end it all. But I do believe that it's a big puzzle piece in somebody's life who's looking for some answers of, you know, what can I do to start feeling better about myself or start having better relationships with other people.
Mm-hmm.
All those kinds of things, finances, jobs, you know, if they feeling stuck in a situation, how they might be able to start getting out of it. So yes. I share a lot of things in there because I literally started talking differently. Mm-hmm. I have words that I don't use anymore at all. Every now and then I sleep. But
right. And that's understandable.
I don't do that 100%. I still catch myself of, you know, because old habits, some of it is still there.
Yes.
But very aware of the words. Everything has energy. Yes. So when we talk, words carry energy.
Yes, yes, yes. I believe that.
I've cut out a lot of words I just don't use anymore. Like mistakes. I don't believe anybody's ever making a mistake.
No, because the thing is everything that we go through.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Yes, it's an experience.
Yeah.
You know, people talk about that, about divorce, and I have an opportunity to talk to a lot of women that have been divorced, and I tell them, they said, oh, you know, that was the biggest mistake of my life. I said, well, did you have kids with that person? Well, yeah. Well, how can it be a mistake?
Yep.
You know, and I think even if you didn't, it still was an experience. Did you learn something through it?
Yeah.
You learn not to get that kind. Right?
Well,
you learn something else.
Funny you should. Yeah, I actually don't use the word learn anymore either.
Oh.
It's in the book, but I can understand. Like, to me, if I have, because I believe that the energy carries, the words carry energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this is how it is. It's just what I believe in. Mm-hmm. If somebody says I have to learn something, that means I lack something.
Oh, wow. That's powerful.
And when
grab that one for me, okay?
And when you're thinking of anything lack, you cannot have abundance.
Oh, wow. Wow, I got it.
it's something that I'm having some conversations with people about it now, and some people just look at me really weird, like, what planet are you from? And some people are like yourself, that, oh, that's powerful.
Mm-hmm. That is powerful because, you think about it and you're like, okay, well, maybe, I'm dealing with this because I have to learn something, or maybe, something from even another life or whatever you believe like that, but the way you just said it, yeah, because we all want abundance, and that's where we strive to. But if you're learning, you're right. It's coming from a place that you're lacking something. That is powerful.
Yeah, I really do believe that everything that ever is we have, we already have.
Ooh. Say that again.
And us to have, or we're ready for, we already have.
That is another nugget.
There's nothing that we really need. Need is another word that I don't use anymore.
Yes. 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 No needs, just wants, right?
Yeah. So I train myself up. I read a really, really good book. Can I recommend a book? A couple of books
Yeah,
here too?
I was actually going to ask you, how did you get there?
One of the books I really, really recommend everybody to read.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the printed copy, but I could not read the book, so I bought the audio version of it. So for me, I listened to the audio version.
Mm-hmm.
It was from Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now.
Oh yeah, I actually just bought that.
Yeah. I think I listened to it about 8 times at least.
Yep.
I listen to it, a few months on. I always hear something that I've never heard before.
Yes.
Always.
Well, and that book is so deep. It's so deep. It's like, when I listen to it, it's like, oh my God, wait a minute. And I stop it, and then I write something down, and then I start it, and then I go back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that book is deep.
So that book really helped me to train myself up to be in the now. Like, all I think about is what's happening right now.
Yes.
Right? And which got me to another spot. Another book. Can I recommend another book?
Yes, absolutely. This is your time, girl.
There's 2 books, apart from mine, of course.
Right, yes.
Not have this if I didn't read those other 2 books, right? So I read so many other books too, but these were the ones that I'm really recommending or encouraging everybody to read, because I know what impact they had on my life. The other one is I can never pronounce his name. It's Gerald Jampolsky, and I apologize for not pronouncing the name properly. But the name of the book is Love is Letting Go of Fear.
Oh, wow. I need that one.
It's such a good book. And for
what's
that
the name? Poplatsky?
Can I just text it, like send it to you in a message, and we can put it up on a link or something?
Yes.
Jampolsky, I believe, but I could pronounce it wrong. I just know the name of the book, Love is Letting Go of Fear, and it's the most books I've read. And that one I recommend the version, because he's drawn there help you connect with the words. So I don't even know if he's got an audio version of it or anything. I just really loved the printed version of it.
Okay.
All those little monthly calls that I used to get from the publisher. Once I read that book, the next time they called me, I said to them, I'm going to call my angels for the weekend. This was on a Friday when they called me. I'm going to talk on the weekend and ask them, what do you want me to do about this book? Does it have to go out? Does it not have to go out? What am I supposed to do with it? So whatever they suggested I do, that's what's going to happen. So on Monday, I will let you know either way. And if I decide based on what I sense from the angels that this is not going to go out, then we agree on it that these chats were really nice, but we're not going to have them anymore.
I love it. I love it.
And if they encourage me to put it out, then yes, I'll go ahead with it. And on Monday, I'm signing the contract, right?
Yes.
Because after reading that book, that Letting Go of Fear, I had no fear of anything, and it just helped me to get through. And a lot of people are really scared of not being successful or all the negatives. I was really scared of being successful.
Yes.
I didn't know how what am I going to do when, like, these things that I'm doing now, you know, talking with you, and I had no idea what was going to happen when I have, you know, because I knew that when the book is out there, I have to talk about it, right?
Yes. Yeah. You want to?
I was still going through my own growing.
Yes.
Book and all the things I've done prior to that prepared me for all of that I had no fear in me whatsoever.
That's awesome.
It's in my heart that everything that's in there has helped me to get to where I'm at.
Yes, that's powerful.
I want everybody to feel that they can do it for themselves. They don't need somebody else to do it for them. Nobody can help you unless you actually do it for yourself. But
Yes.
I know that the book has the tools in there that could help that process happening.
Yes, that's powerful. Because the thing is, people always want other people to do things for them, and they just have this thing where they want to be able to blame somebody if it goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So when you encourage that and encourage people to take responsibilities for their own life, it can't go wrong.
And it was really difficult for me to do that. But once I decided to do that, things started to happen from the most amazing places. All the right people, the right circumstances, the right experiences just turned up. I could not have planned all the different sequence of events as what conspired from all that. To change and ready to be change myself, not waiting for somebody to rescue me.
Yes, yes. We can shout that from the rooftops because, you know, every little girl has a Cinderella complex.
Yeah.
You know, and we want people to rescue us. We want somebody to pick us up and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And it just doesn't always happen. It just doesn't happen, you know, and it's like, okay, so now I got to do this.
Yeah.
You know, and I got to dive deep inside myself and change those things that need to be changed.
Yeah. And it's not always easy.
It's never easy.
Best way possible to be read, and it's not your usual book. So I did this video the other day and I put it up on Facebook. I just had this feeling that I don't want to tell people how to read my book because it's a book, right? So once it's left me, and when you invest in the book, that becomes your book.
Right.
I don't want to tell you to read your own book, but I wanted to tell people how I've imagined it to be read. Because from my experience, what really helped me is I had some really bad habits. And to change those habits, I had to do little things every day, just little different things to what I used to do.
Yes.
To form new habits so I can be a version of me.
Yes. That is absolutely the greatest advice.
So the book is designed to be read not in one lot. Like, you can literally read if you're a speed reader, you can read it in a couple of hours. If you're a slow reader, you can still read it in about 4 hours. But I really encourage it. The first 30 or 40 pages, I go through all the different terminologies I use and don't use and why. And so that might take a couple of days or 3 or 4 days or even a week to get through, because there is some process there. and then I start a 30-day journey. I start to take people on a 30-day journey, and every day I have a little write-up about what I did and how I did my little exercises. And then at the end of the day, I just prompt people to do something. It might be easy for them. For me, it was a really hard something to do. So it'll be different for everybody, but I really encourage people to just take it day by day for 30 days, because there's a few things that maybe a lot, maybe a few things that they have to process emotionally.
Yes.
It's throughout if you do something consistently for 30 days every day, then you're a new habit.
Yes.
If you follow that through for the next 6 months, you can repeat that 30 days for the next 6 months, you formed a new habit. So you can't form those new habits if you just rush through reading the book.
Right. I agree with that. Sometimes it takes me months to read a book.
Yeah.
Because I just have to process parts of it and put it down and then pick it back up, and yeah.
So I really encourage everybody to take their time with it and take that 30 days. And if they want to spend more time on one particular day than just one day, that's fine too. But you can do it in 30 days after you read the beginning of it.
Right.
Yeah, so I take people on a journey, and I've got some little extra bits and pieces in there that I don't think you've ever seen anywhere in other books, where you own that book and you have an experience with the book.
Yes.
Something I'm really proud of it now, how it all came together, and in a few days it got in front of millions of people. It's gone up to Amazon first, and then from there it went out to Barnes and Noble. Then the other books in Canada, Indigo, they picked it up, and now there are three stores in Australia who are also selling it. Everything is online now because it's really new, but eventually I'm trusting that the actual books are going to be trickling into the bookstores as well.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
I've achieved the very first thing with it, that it's in front of millions of people now.
Yes.
And the rest is up to the universe, and I just trust the universe that those people who are matched to the book, they're going to be.
Yes, yes. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a global phenomenon. It's going to be a new it's like a new paradigm.
Well, yeah, I'd like to think that it's something different.
Yes.
But at the same time, I want everybody to please understand this is not everything that you need. It's just another puzzle. I look at life as a big puzzle.
Yes.
These little puzzle pieces coming from everywhere.
Yes.
And I believe that this is a big puzzle that helped me to get to where I'm at. And I am in such a happy place. So I didn't know how am I going to get to the next minute 4 years ago. That's how I just had lots of pain in myself, like physical pain. Breathe properly. It was just constant agony. Yes. And then from that to become this happy, it was a process. And that book has that everything in there, how I started doing that. So it could be a lot of help for a lot of people out there. And angels have done everything so far that I've asked them to help me with.
Yes.
and the next step in this journey is just, I'm excited about it. It's been wonderful. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
I believe it's going to be a life changer for a lot of people.
Yeah, just even if just the words that you start, what I would like everybody to do is not to read the book with their, like, open their heart up.
Yes.
That there may be other ways to look at things. That's really helped me to grow as a person. I actually posted something about it today because it just occurred to me that I've got a really close friendship with a lot of people now, and it happened because they always told me what I had to hear, not what I wanted to hear.
Right.
So, and a lot of times maybe I just wanted somebody to join me in my little pity party I was having.
Right.
And they didn't do that. They said, Cindy, if you want to get to the next step, you have to look at this differently, or this is how you could look at it differently, or what if you looked at it differently?
Yeah.
You know, those things really helped me. And instead of getting angry with them, even though some of them sounded really harsh, first when I'm typing and then the message comes back, I'm like, no, what?
Right.
You just don't understand what I'm going through. You never,
Yes. Yes. I understand all of that completely. More than you know. You don't even know this happened and that happened and then this happened and that happened. Yeah. I've had a few of those parties myself.
Yeah.
And most of the time, I had them by myself.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah. It's like once you get to that place, you have to, because this is what you asked for. You asked to move out of that place, right? But there's work to be done as you're moving out of that place. I think that's the part that people don't want to deal with. You have to change the way you view things, your perception, and change your mindset. You have to do work.
Yes, it takes a lot of work.
Right. Change the words that you say. I mean, all those things are work.
Yeah.
People want to go through the drive-through and get changed, or they want to twinkle their nose like bewitched and just get changed, but it's not that way.
It would be nice. But
that'd be beautiful. I love it. Or what's the other one? Bewitched. I mean, what's her name? Genie. Yeah,
Genie.
Yeah. Just and let's we're changed.
Yeah.
No, it's not that way. Not in real life.
And I still get angry, and there are still things that are upsetting me, and I'm not always smiling, and I cry a lot too, because that's how I process things. I just let it go. And so it's not like I'm smiling all the time, but I'm smiling 99.9% of the time.
Yes.
And that's a big thing. And those times when I get upset or angry, I actually started realizing that I'm not angry at the people or at the thing that I think I'm angry at. But when I calm down, I'm actually angry. I find something in myself that I haven't worked through yet. So then I work that thing through, and then all the anger just disappears.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
I've done a lot of techniques to pull me out of those things.
Yes. It's like you got to sit down and process that thing in whatever way it is that you process. Some people process, like you said, by crying. Some people process by writing. Some people process by talking it out. But whatever way it is that you process, you got to process.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
anybody.
Cindy, I have truly, truly enjoyed this. This has been the most amazing conversation. And I'm so excited that you allowed me to be your first.
Oh, oh my goodness. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. And
Oh,
I'm
no
sending you
worries. I have definitely enjoyed this. So
and
I'm going to, yeah, I'm just going to get off. Okay, so this has been my guest, Cindy Fox, and she has written an amazing book. And not only that, she has shared her journey of her transformation. And so I thank you guys for checking it out and for watching it. And I'm going to put her information in the comments how you can reach out to her. So definitely give her a connect, give her a ring, reach out to her, touch her on Facebook, and however else she decides to share her details. And so that way you can get a chance to buy her book and you even talk to her, and because she is an amazing lady. So again, this is straight out of Savannah talking with Tammi. Thank you so much for joining me, and check me out on my next video. Bye now.